defensive front. This defense allowing opponents less than 195 yards per game. They concede the first down on a 2-yard pickup by Davis, and the Tigers have their first down of the game. Seth with nearly 3,000 yards on the ground in his short career, 30 touchdowns. Davis over the 40, steers up to the 43-yard line, picking up 7.
And you're starting to see a little bit of how that testing works. At first, Davis was going down the middle, testing the line just to see what he can do. Now you're starting to see some sweeps to the left. Don't be surprised if we don't see some to the right coming up.
Gary Joseph told us on Thursday morning that he thinks the victory over Tompkins 2 weeks ago was his team's most complete performance. Good start to their opening drive. Koger, first pass attempt off the play action, finds his tight end, Luke Carter, and he loses the football on the way going down. Let's see how they rule it. And it looks that it's going to be ruled a fumble, and Cinco Ranch, who have a knack for pulling the ball away from opponents, force their 14th turnover of the season.
And quite frankly, it's no surprise because Cinco Ranch in 19-6A is either 1 or 2. They bounce around with Tompkins in that category, so you can not only expect maybe fumble recoveries, but interceptions as well.
9:35, the Cougars take over from their own 38-yard line after taking the ball away. And a flag thrown blows the play dead. Our referee is Richard Greniger today. And they begin with a penalty on the left tackle, Joshua Beavers. Cinco Ranch now a +10 in their turnover margin. Katy's had issues with turnovers all season long. They're now -6. 1st and 15 for Gavin Rutherford, who's thrown for over 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns, no interceptions. Handoff Sam McKnight, immediately met in the backfield by Cade Robertson. Robertson, a senior defensive end, no gain on the play, making a loss of 3 back to the 30. Beg your pardon.
And Robertson was pretty much untouched. He just slid right on in there and was able to grab McKnight before McKnight was even able to get his feet planted.
Rutherford coming in today off a 216-yard performance 2 weeks ago against Maid Creek. On 2nd down and long, finds a soft spot in the zone, completes that one to Grayson Williams, and he's out to around the 46-yard line. A 16-yard play sets up 3rd and 2.
And that play worked because Williams actually found that sweet spot on his own. You could see his head bobble between the 2 Katy defenders, and he knew that he was out in the open and that Rutherford would see him, and the play worked.
This is Williams' 3rd game back from injury. 3rd down and 2. He caught 2 passes in the victory over Maid Creek, but they were for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns a couple of weeks ago. Play clock down to 6. Rutherford out of the gun on 3rd and 2. Passes low to the outside, and Noah Aboud, who's back for the first time after missing the last 4 games due to injury, couldn't hold on. It's a 3 and out.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, having Aboud back is a welcome for the Cougars. Between him and Salvarino, it gives even more healthy weapons for Rutherford to use in this game.
Yeah, today is the first game all season that all projected #1 receivers are healthy and playing in the same game together. First punt of the day for Braden Williams, who's averaging 32.8 yards per punt. Good enough for 5th in 19-6A. Antonio Silva fields it from the 9, strides up the sideline, is tossed out of bounds by Eric Ekstrom. 35 yards on the punt. So the Katy turnover does not produce points for Cinco Ranch. 4 minutes gone by first quarter. Today's game is brought to you by your best in Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Katy were moving the football on their first possession before the fumble by Luke Carter. And And they begin this possession from their own 23-yard line. Here's Seth Davis on a cutback. He's got a first down run that produces a first down out to the 35, a gain of 12.
And the beauty of that play is that you see a delay hole creation so that you don't give away exactly where Davis is going to be focusing, trying to get through the Cougar defensive line.
Seth Davis, the MVP of last year's state championship victory over Cedar Hill from the offensive side of the football, all-district second-team player a season ago. And motion, this will be called on the tight end Carter, who's had a rough first quarter and an early go of it here this morning. Head coach Gary Joseph told us on Thursday that the performance last week in the 65-7 win over Maid Creek was what he expected. They did some good things, didn't play down to their opponent, and no letdowns after the big win the week before over Tompkins. Caleb Koger back to the line of scrimmage. He's averaging over 12 pass attempts a game, third in 19-6A in passing, behind Gavin Rutherford and the top passer, Cole Francis of Tompkins. Seth Davis back to the original line of scrimmage. Fordham Parks comes in to make the tackle, a 3-year starter. And the Cougars secondary played cornerback last year. That's tackle number 33 for the senior.
And I'm always amazed at the diversity of some of these players, that they can move to offense and defense just as what the need of the team is and how well they work with the coaches on it.
Second down and 10, less than 6:30 to play. Inside handoff to the fullback. Inside the 25, Isaiah Smith down to the 5-yard line. Largest run of the season for the senior fullback Isaiah Smith.
And you can see just with the handoff, that hole was wide open. He breaks one tackle, and then it's just literally a race to see if he can get to the end zone first, almost as he goes out at the 5-yard line.
A 60-yard run for a young man that had 106 yards on 17 carries entering week 8. First and goal to go for the Tigers. Ball is on the 5 of Cinco Ranch. Less than 6 minutes to go, opening quarter. Koger, Seth Davis down to the 1. The Tigers put up 479 yards against Maid Creek after a season-best 635 yards over Tompkins. 8 different players ran the football in that 65-7 victory last week in week 7. Second down and goal from the 1. Koger has 2 rushing touchdowns himself. Pitches it out to Seth Davis, and he's in for the Tiger touchdown.
And you pretty much just saw the very basics of the Tiger offense. Hand off the ball, wait for the hole to open up. Once it does, take advantage of it. He did. Result is a touchdown for the Tigers.
Axel Robertson out to attempt the PAT. He is 40 of 41 this year, and he knocks that one through with 5:07 to play in the opening quarter. Katy out to a 7-0 lead.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Your husband loves his mesquite smoked ham cut razor thin. That's why H-E-B has online customization and will slice it however you want it. Your daughter loves cheese. She has 27 favorites. Good thing H-E-B offers an unmatched assortment with over 200 specialty varieties. You love having one less thing to do on your to-do list. That's why H-E-B does all the shopping for you and then gets it to your car or front door. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop H-E-B with always free curbside and only $5 delivery.
Dave Campbell's Texas Football is the state's #1 source for high school football, college football, and recruiting across the Lone Star State. Subscribe to Dave Campbell's Texas Football at texasfootball.com/subscribe. You get 2 magazines, including the legendary Summer Edition, and a year of exclusive online content at texasfootball.com. It's a must-have for any true Texan. That's texasfootball.com/subscribe. Robertson set to kick it into the 17-mile-per-hour breeze. After a 1-yard touchdown run by Seth Davis, wrapped up a 5-play, 77-yard drive, taking 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Robertson's going to have some help here. 5:07 the time remaining, first quarter, 7-0 Katy. Jet Perez-Gilbis, one of the 2 back deep for Cinco Ranch, had a 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in the Tompkins loss. You can definitely see how the ball is held up by the wind. And Perez-Gilbis spins out to the 30. Katy gave up a 108-yard kickoff return to Tompkins 2 weeks ago. Probably had Jet Perez-Gilbis salivating at the notion that he could probably try to return one in this game. Gary Joseph told us on Thursday that he wants the kickoff return coverage team to be depth players. Doesn't want to have to use #1s out there to cover kicks. From the 30 and trailing 7-0, Cinco Ranch back to work. Gavin Rutherford with 4 receivers in the lineup. Keeps it himself off the read option and can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Coming in to make the tackle, Judson Sayanis. Chris Dudley told us that the Katy defense is so disciplined. They tackle so well. Their execution is always at a high level, and the kids take pride in the details. Second down and 10. And Rutherford to throw. To the flat for McKnight. Got the edge. And heads out of bounds in front of Micah Sweats, getting the start for the injured Arian Parrish. The Tigers, Brent, dealing with a lot of injuries.
And it brings up the Tiger philosophy coming from head coach Gary Joseph, the next man up. And they continuously just drill that into their players. Even the third-string scout team said, you're 2 people away, 2 plays away from being a starter.
This Tiger defense allowing opponents 212.7 yards per game. Another keeper off the read option, and Rutherford to the outside has a first down. Pushed out on the play by Hamilton McMartin.
And this worked a little bit better than the last one that Rutherford took, because he was able to disguise it more and actually had some of the Katy defenders following over to that left far side, opened up a little bit of a hole, and he took advantage of it and got the first down.
Rutherford now over 200 yards on the ground. He has scored 4 touchdowns when calling his own number. He is second in District 19 6A in passing behind Cole Francis of Tompkins. He was the District 19 6A Newcomer of the Year during the 2020 season. Salvarino in motion. Pass complete, Grayson Williams, and he is tackled, slashing in. Jonathan Hall makes the tackle for the Tiger defense.
Give credit where credit's due. Seth Salvarino on that play made a block that literally took that play from being a loss of yardage to actually a gain. Wasn't much, but you always want the gain more than you want the loss.
Coming up on 3:40 to play, first quarter. Second down and 9 for the Cougars. Off the option, Salvarino tries to make a cut, runs right into Jonathan Hall, making his second consecutive tackle. Lost back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and long.
And these are the plays, if the Cougars are going to run it, they're going to have to run it a little bit faster than what you see there. They're giving too much time for the Katy defense to figure out what's going on, where's the direction the play is going, and to set up over there to limit the yardage, if any.
Chris Dudley told us yesterday morning The bye week came at a good time. Players got healthy, and they got a couple of extra days to prepare for Katy. 3rd and 10. Rutherford slings it off the hands of Salvarino. Should have caught it. And against a team like Katy, you can't afford to drop passes, especially when they hit you right on the hands.
No, it's those fingertip catches that you're going to have to use and utilize against a team like Katy, because once you get into like for example, a playoff situation, you're going to be dealing with teams that's going to make or break your whole season.
Braden Williams, second punt of the quarter. Good high kick. Silva from the 10. Oh, he tried to keep his balance. They'll rule him down right around the 10-yard line where he fielded the punt. 43 yards on the kick by Williams. Today's game is sponsored by Body Armor. Body Armor, more than a sports drink. 2:41 left to play here in quarter number 1. 7-0 Tigers on a 1-yard touchdown run by Seth Davis. They've got a long way to go to get back into the end zone. Katy's bye week will be next week before they come back to play the Taylor Mustangs in week 10. Koger hands it off, and it is Seth Davis charging ahead to get a first down on a pickup of 11.
And I keep preaching it, I keep saying it, but it's Davis waiting for those holes to open up and then taking advantage when they do. And when they do, and then when the defenders get there, he's literally carrying them on his back as far as he can. And in this case, it was far enough to get the first down.
On first down, a pitch to Seth Davis. He'll turn the corner and get close to another first down. I think the extra dive at the end of the run. Oh, never mind. They will spot him short of the 30. Gain of 8 to the 29. Davis already carrying for nearly 6 yards per rush. He came in averaging 9.64 yards per carry through the first 7 games of this 2021 season.
And that's fantastic. That just goes to show what a dynamic running back he really is.
Less than 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And off Seth Davis, charging right up the middle, gets a first down on a gain of 2. In last week's game, the Tigers were able to go deep in the depth chart. They pulled the number 1 just after halftime as they took control early to ensure no upsets. And Gary Joseph said he was happy to get those kids some good playing time.
And it makes perfect sense because Joseph is one of many coaches that say the champions at state are the ones that can play the reserves.
1st and 10, and steady diet of Seth Davis picks up a couple. Casey Murray comes in to make the tackle. He missed all of last season due to a torn ACL. This season right now, entering this Week 8 matchup, he leads the team in tackles and sacks and had 7 tackles in the win over Maid Creek. The Cinco defense is 4th in district play. 2nd down and 8 as Koger will pitch it this side. Comes running Seth Davis, and he is hit down low by Jackson Persley at the 38-yard line, and that will be the final play of this first quarter. We've come to the end of the first quarter here from Legacy Stadium in Katy with the score. The number 2 ranked Katy Tigers 7 and the Cinco Ranch Cougars nothing. Stay tuned, more to come after these messages on Dave Campbell's Texan Line.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
In Texas, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150. With an available 12-inch touchscreen and interior work surface, it's built to put the world at your fingertips. Because the truck of the future isn't built for a few. It's built for Texas. Ford F-150. Drive one today. Now drive a new 2021 Ford F-150 with special 0% financing for 72 months plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
3rd down and 3 as second quarter gets underway here from Legacy Stadium in Katy. Tigers lead at 7-0. Season high rushing yards 450 last week against Maid Creek. Season high passing yards 367 against Tompkins. 3-step drop. Koger fires it out to the outside, catching it down on a knee. J.R. Sayonis, he's got a first down.
And you could see right before he took that knee and bent down, he checked to see exactly where the first down marker was, realized he was over it, and just wanted to secure it to get the first down. And let's see them go forward from there.
Tigers season lows in rushing, 244 yards against the Woodlands, 29 yards a season low in passing last week. Koger's got 19 on 2 for 2 thus far. This matchup looks on the play fake off the fake pitch, dumps it to the flat, and it's incomplete over the head of Isaiah Smith. Fordham Parks had the coverage.
And that's where I said you're going to see that the secondary and the linebackers are going to play a crucial role in this game, especially the passing part of it, to keep Katy honest when they go veer away from the rushing plays and go to passing.
Cougar defense allowed Maid Creek just 287 yards 2 weeks ago in their 45-14 win. Trying to get the ball back for their offense. Here's a handoff, and Seth Davis able to get to the second level where he's wrapped up by Pursley at the Katy 48-yard line. Sets up another 3rd down for the Tiger offense. 3rd down and 5 for the number 1 offense in District 19-6A. Go back to a couple of weeks ago. That 635 they rung up on Tompkins, simply absurd.
And very unexpected, too, in that game.
3rd and 5, Koger hands it off. Davis, hold to the outside, and down he goes. The sideline, the only thing now keep him in. Touchdown.
And that was pure focus by Davis, seeing exactly where he was once he got the ball, knew that he had to avoid at least one tackle, but at the same time, stay in bounds as he's straddling that sideline to go in for the touchdown.
52-yard run. Robertson gives the Tigers a 14-0 lead. A minute 30 gone here in the second quarter on Dave Campbell's Texan Live.
One more.
One more.
One more, guys, one more. Set, hop.
Let's go, one more. Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more. Oh, one more.
Wow!
Your husband loves his mesquite smoked ham cut razor thin. That's why H-E-B has online customization and will slice it however you want it. Your daughter loves cheese. She has 27 favorites. Good thing H-E-B offers an unmatched assortment with over 200 specialty varieties. You love having one less thing to do on your to-do list. That's why H-E-B does all the shopping for you and then gets it to your car or front door. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop H-E-B with always free curbside and only $5 delivery.
2 touchdown runs already for Seth Davis has given the Katy Tigers a 14-0 lead. Robertson will kick it out of the back of the end zone. That was a 9-play, 90-yard drive, so they averaged 10 yards a play. Of course, a lot of that had to do with that 52-yard touchdown run by Davis. 4:11 the time of the possession, 14-0 Tigers, a minute and a half gone by here in quarter number 2.
And you can see by the attitude of the players down there for the Tigers offensive team is that there was no, how you should say it, there was no drive to have to score immediately. It was just, let's take the play, execute it to the best of our ability, and just move downfield. And the result of that was another touchdown.
Rutherford and the Cougars have to play catch-up. Handoff Sam McKnight. And the offensive line not able to produce a hole for McKnight to run through. He loses a yard. Chris Dudley told us yesterday that he feels in this, his third season as head coach, that his team now is best equipped to take on Katy. His team has confidence. They're not scared. He said you have to have the right mindset going into the Katy game, and that a lot of teams see the history and are already defeated before kickoff. On second down and 11, Rutherford. Up top, Salvarino can't haul it in. He had a good opportunity with McMartin on the coverage, and Salvarino looks to have let down his quarterback again. Tough catch, tough attempt, but one I think he probably could have made on another play.
He probably could have, because in a sense, where the jump for the ball was concerned, he did have McMartin beat, but McMartin wasn't in his face. So I agree with you. Salvarino should have had that catch.
Rutherford, incomplete. And that's a quick 3 and out as he got hit on the play. The pass was intended for Fisher Reed.
And with it being as overthrown as it was, I'm wondering, was the ball thrown too hard, or did Reed not get down there to get the ball? Because he was being pretty well covered by the Katy defense.
This will be the third punt so far. Braden Williams. First 3 and out for the Tiger defense. Wind holds this one up. Fair catch called by Antonio Silva at the 46. 30 yards on the punt. Definitely tell the difference punting into the wind. 9.5 to play, quarter number 2, 14-0 Katy. U.S. News and World Report has ranked Texas Children's Hospital #1 in heart for the 5th year in a row. See why at texaschildrens.org/best.
And that's 2 punts to tack on to what you were saying about the wind. That's 2 punts where you've seen the ball just go downfield, and all of a sudden it's like it hits a wall and just drops.
Best starting field position for the Tigers so far today. Get on their own 47. Koger under pressure. Oh, look at that. Isaiah Smith has 8 as Koger stood tall in the face of pressure off the play action. He's able to locate his fullback for a 7-yard gain.
And for the moment, Isaiah Smith is Koger's definitely favorite teammate, because by all logic, that should have been a major loss for the Tigers, and they turn it into an 8-yard gain because of the focus that Smith had in seeing what was going on.
That is the 13th reception for the senior Isaiah Smith. He had one of the 2 Koger completions last week. On second down and short, Dallas Glass runs it down to the 44 as he picks up 2. Glass picked up season highs in both yards and touchdowns last week with 147 yards and 3 touchdowns in the win over Maid Creek. He is 3rd in District 19 6A in rushing. Upcoming the 4th third down of the day, and the Tigers so far perfect on third downs. Glass 529 yards, 7 touchdowns entering this week 8 matchup. Bobbles that one. but runs it for a first down deeper into Cougar territory, wrapped up at the 35 after a 9-yard run.
And you can see Glass, ever since he was introduced to the varsity team, he's just getting better. He's able to take the coaching, the practice. The little bobble, I'm pretty sure, will be addressed on the game film, but it's the reps that you get that will help you develop into the player you can be.
7 first downs already for the Tigers, 7:40 and counting remaining. And we've got a timeout taken by Chris Dudley. This timeout is brought to you by the City of Katy. Small town charm, big city convenience. Visit cityofkaty.com to learn more or to schedule your visit today.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
Before you buy a used vehicle, checking the brake fluid, engine mount, cooling fan, transmission fuel fluid, injector, brake pads, coolant, wheel liner, software updates might not be on your list, but it's on our list of 172 inspection points performed by Ford factory-trained technicians on every gold-certified Ford Blue Advantage used vehicle. Each one is backed by Ford warranties, and only your Ford dealer has the largest selection of used vehicles. Shop online, in person, or both. Search conveniently, buy confidently. It's used car buying that's built for you. Buy your Ford dealer.
Welcome back to Legacy Stadium. Michael Silvers and Brent Hallmark up in the booth, watching what is right now a 14-0 Katy lead and a first down and 10 after the Cinco Ranch timeout. The lone setback on 1st and 10 is Dallas Glass, and Koger will give it to him. Running off the right side, he is going to get pushed back after he gains a couple. Coming in to make the tackle, Spencer and Guinea. 15th tackle of the season for the senior linebacker.
And it's good to see Glass get these reps because you can obviously tell the idea is to get Davis and Glass to be as in sync working together as the Davis brothers were last season.
2nd down and 8. Handoff Isaiah Smith. And he will charge down to the 5-yard line, tackled by Odera Nsabundu. He saves the touchdown, but it might just be a matter of time. 1st and goal from the 5. Big day so far for Isaiah Smith, 90 yards rushing. And he picks up another first down, and it is 1st down and goal for the Tigers, who are already up by 14.
And that would be a great lead by example. He was handed the ball, waited for the hole to open up. When it did, let the other backers make an even bigger hole. 1st and goal.
Here's Glass following blocks. Got it down to about the 1.
Second goal, Katy.
Tigers turned the ball over on their first series and have scored on their last 2 possessions, and they're looking to make it 3 in a row halfway through the 2nd quarter. They go big in the backfield, and that power eye. Strong side to the left. Dallas Glass plows in for the touchdown, his 8th of the season.
And Glass gave time for the blockers in front of him to go through, form a little bit of a hole, but Glass still had to perform a little bit of a spin move to make sure that he crossed the plane of the goal line to get in for the touchdown.
Robertson adds another extra point, 5:37 to go until halftime, 21-0 Tigers.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. activities, and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Your husband loves his mesquite smoked ham cut razor thin. That's why H-E-B has online customization and will slice it however you want it. Your daughter loves cheese. She has 27 favorites. Good thing H-E-B offers an unmatched assortment with over 200 specialty varieties. You love having one less thing to do on your to-do list. That's why H-E-B does all the shopping for you and then gets it to your car or front door. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop H-E-B with always free curbside and only $5 delivery.
21-0 Tigers. Axel Robertson kicks that one out of the back of the end zone. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop H-E-B, always with free curbside and only $5 delivery. Go to HEB.com for more details. 7 plays, 53 yards. Dallas Glass in from a yard out, 2:53 the time. And Robertson gives the Katy Tigers a 21-0 lead, 5:37 to go until halftime. And boy, do Cinco Ranch need to score.
Yes, especially this series. They don't want to go into halftime without a score, especially with Katy having 3 unanswered scores on them.
Gavin Rutherford has thrown for 24 yards so far. Off play action over the middle, that is complete. First catch of the day for Colton McCulloch. And he's got nearly 8 yards to the 33.
And credit the Katy defense right there. In many cases, when you go for that kind of tackle, you over pursue, and the receiver looks for that and can respond to it. In this case, Sweats did not over pursue, turned around and made the tackle.
Micah Sweats in for the injured Arian Parrish. Rutherford on second down, up top this side, and it's almost picked off by Brady England. Noah Abood was the intended receiver on the play. England almost had his second interception of the season. This is a secondary in which Cinco Ranch head coach Chris Dudley told us yesterday have good collective recognition and they can break on the ball. Of course, it helps when Rutherford is throwing into a 17-mile-per-hour wind. Here comes another third down. The Cougars do not need to go 3 and out again, and they're going to go 3 and out again as that pass is airmailed over the head of Michael Edwards.
And Edwards also knew that the hit was coming, so I don't know. Even that's going to be questionable, even if he would have made the jump for it, if he would have been able to bring it down. It was a little bit on the high side.
2 3 and outs for the Cougar offense. Clock is stopped with 4:45 remaining until halftime. Edwards almost had that one blocked off the edge, and it's a very short punt.
I still think your comment earlier about how the wind is affecting this game, it's definitely affecting the punting game, and you can see it right there in 3 punts. As the ball is sailing over across the field, it just all of a sudden drops, and it's been giving the Katy Tigers excellent field position when it does.
It was great to wake up this morning and see that it was jacket weather, although neither of us are wearing jackets in this booth, and you didn't come to the stadium in a jacket. I did. I took every advantage and every opportunity to wear a jacket today.
I wanted to feel football weather on my skin, and I did.
Seth Davis on first down. The afterburners activated. He's gone. Touchdown in 1 play. A hat trick in the first half for running back Seth Davis. 14 touchdowns on the season. And Robertson about to make it a 28-0 lead, and he does with 4:25 remaining in the second quarter. The Katy Tigers imposing their will, both offensively and defensively, here in the first half from Legacy Stadium.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
In Texas, the future belongs to everyone, so we built the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150. With an available 12-inch touchscreen and interior work surface, it's built to put the world at your fingertips. Because the truck of the future isn't built for a few. It's built for Texas. Ford F-150. Drive one today. Now drive a new 2021 Ford F-150 with special 0% financing for 72 months plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Another touchback. Cinco Ranch trailing by 28 after a 51-yard touchdown gallop by Seth Davis. Took 10 seconds, 28-0 Tigers. We asked Chris Dudley, on whether or not his team, whether his team could take moral victories in this one, even if they don't win, but they hang with the Tigers. In his first 2 years, he lost by a combined score of 83-0. He said they're not in the business of moral victories. He recognizes they need to close the gap on teams, but moral victories are more for fans and people on the perimeter. Right now, this team needs to get into the end zone. And Gavin Rutherford loses a yard.
Well, I still remember what kind of situation that Chris Dudley came in when he took over the reins as head coach of the Cinco Ranch Cougars. 4 returning starters, and that was it.
They went 1-17 in his first 2 seasons. 4-2 coming into this Katy game. Dropped underneath. Rutherford connects with McKnight, but he runs laterally, doesn't gain any yardage after the catch, and is tackled at the 27-yard line.
Now, McKnight was trying to see if there was a way that he could force a hole to open. In those situations, sometimes you just might want to try a dead stop, let the defender over pursue, and then see where you can go from there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes you just need to give it a try.
Less than 3.5 to play, quarter number 2, 3rd down and long. Pressure coming from the outside, pass caught, Salvarino, and he's going to be close. He looks to be a yard shy after he makes his first catch of the day and his 24th for the season. The team leader in receiving, nearly 500 yards, has half a dozen touchdowns, but unfortunately for the Cougars, it's another 3 and out for their offense.
And with the amount of time that you're giving on the clock, we've got 2:45 left here in the first half. You're giving Katy a little bit too much time to score again while not giving yourself enough time to see if you can put points on the board before halftime.
Tigers take a timeout, brought to you by the City of Katy, small town charm, big city convenience. Visit cityofkaty.com to learn more or to schedule your visit today. 2:43 remaining until halftime. Let's run down the game summary. 1-yard touchdown run by Seth Davis gave Katy a 7-0 lead with 5:07 to play in the first. He scored his second touchdown of the day on a 52-yard scamper. Wrapped up a 9-play, 90-yard drive with 10:30 to play in the second quarter. 14-0 Katy. Then Dallas Glass busted in from a yard out, wrapping up a 53-yard drive in 7 plays, leaving 5:37 to go here in the second quarter. And then another long touchdown run, 3rd touchdown of the day for Seth Davis. A 51-yard touchdown after a Cinco Ranch 3 and out. 28-0 Katy. The Tiger defense has forced 3 straight 3 and outs. And Katy has scored on 4 straight offensive possessions. Antonio Silva with a tough fair catch made at the 45-yard line in his half of the field. A 17-yard punt by Williams. He had 3 punts I think 2 may have been with the wind to his back of 35 and 43 yards, then 3 punts of 30, 19, and 17 yards. And again, excellent starting field position for the Tigers in the last 2:35 of the first half.
And remember, it was field position like this in the last offensive series that allowed the Tigers to score on that 51-yard run by Seth Davis right on the first play.
Seth Davis, the lone setback, and Koger off play action, going for the jugular, incomplete. J.R. Sayanis was covered by Jackson Pursley with a flag at the end of the play, might be roughing the passer on the Cougars. Rite Nesiyama called for roughing Caleb Koger.
You could tell when Koger got up, he was not happy. But I bet that the coaching staff for the Cougars are even less happy because that cost them 15 yards that right now they cannot afford to give up.
Katy head coach Gary Joseph told us on Thursday that he felt this Cinco Ranch defense has played much better than in the last 2 years. All right, now they've given up 28 points. Here's Dallas Glass trying to break a tackle as he tried to get to the edge. But Fordham Parks got him at the shoes and dropped it for a 1-yard loss.
And that's where Glass is going to have to be when he does these sweeps out. It's going to have to be a little bit more faster, a little bit more of a finesse runner, and try to, that way he can break the tackle a little bit easier rather than just be brought down on a shoestring tackle.
2 minutes to go. And Cinco head coach Chris Dudley said yesterday that he feels this Katy offense is more of a throwback to years past where they are running the ball more, but at the same time he thinks the play action pass is more effective than in past years. Here's Seth Davis, and he is tossed down for a loss by Robert Marbach. 18th tackle for the junior defensive end. Lost back to the 44.
And Marbach and company read that one very well as he saw Davis going over to the far left side. He was able to bring himself and the other Cinco defenders over there to create a wall that Davis just could not, because of the angle that he was at, get through.
3rd down and 14. The Tigers a perfect 4 for 4 on 3rd downs. The Cougars really need a stop. On the wraparound draw, here's Seth Davis, well scouted by the Cougars. Casey Murray the first to get to him. It's a 1-yard gain, and for the first time the Cougars will force the Tigers to punt. That is, if they choose to punt it away. Clock inside 45 seconds here in the first half.
And quite frankly, that play that Katy just ran with that draw play, I've never seen a team handle that play as well as I just saw the Cougars, who perfectly read what was going on and literally stopped that play before it could even take off.
This game is brought to you by your best in Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Axel Robertson out to punt it away. He's averaging 34.8 yards per punt, good enough for 4th amongst District 19 6A punters. I'll take the delay of game, leaving just 6 seconds to go until halftime. Robertson has only punted the ball away 12 times this season. This will be the 13th punt of the year for number 39. Another timeout on the field.
And that's why they say one of the loneliest jobs in high school football is to be the punter for the Katy Tigers.
Yeah, right. Timeout taken by Chris Dudley. This Cougar timeout is brought to you by the City of Katy, small town charm, big city convenience. Visit cityofkaty.com to learn more or to schedule your visit today. Trivia question on the scoreboard here. What was the price of an original Whataburger? 10 cents, 20 cents, a quarter, or 35 cents? It was a quarter. Just a little bonus for our audience today.
And not going to get many of those Whataburgers today at 25 cents.
Fordham Parks back deep to receive. It's a fake. And that one snuffed out perfectly by the Cougar offense, although no time remaining on the scoreboard. A little trickery by the Katy Tigers, but the Cougars ready for it, and they end the first half on a positive note, but hold everything. They're going to leave 1 second on the clock. The officials put 1 second left, and I guess that's going to give Rutherford a chance to try to throw it into the 17-mile-an-hour wind, downfield into the end zone, try to end the first half on another positive note.
So with that 1 second going on, I think everybody's prepared to see Rutherford throw his version of a Hail Mary into the end zone. If anybody's in the backfield with him, I'll be shocked. And I am shocked.
4 receivers on a 1st and 10 after the turnover on downs. Pass off the fingertips of McKnight as Rutherford off target with the throw. That ends the first half of play. The Katy Tigers shutting out the Cinco Ranch Cougars as the second-ranked team in the state look awfully impressive with a 28-0 lead at intermission. Dave Campbell's Texas Football loves to spotlight those behind the scenes who make Texas high school football the very best and safest it can be each week. That's why we've teamed up with Texas Children's Hospital to honor some of the hardworking student training staffs with our Student Training Staff Superstars Award. We're visiting campuses in the Houston and Austin areas this season to focus on these talented student trainers. Special thanks to Texas Children's Hospital as a donation will be made to each program. U.S. News and World Report has ranked Texas Children's #1 in heart for the 5th year in a row. See why at texaschildrens.org/best. Now time for the halftime performance. It's brought to you by Texas A&M Kingsville, located just south of Corpus Christi. Michael Silver's back with you here. Alongside Brent Hallmark as the Katy Marching Band completes its halftime performance. It is a 28-0 Tiger lead at the half. Let's run down the first half statistics for the Tigers. 306 total yards of offense, 279 yards on the ground. Caleb Koger, 3 of 5 for 27 yards. The Tigers with 11 first downs. They were 4 for 5 on third down conversions. 2 penalties for 10 yards and a fumble by Luke Carter. For the Cinco Ranch Cougars, just 45 yards of total offense, 4 of which coming on the ground. 41 yards in the air for Gavin Rutherford. Only 1 first down achieved by the Cougars in the first 24 minutes. They were 1 for 6 on third downs, 2 penalties for 20 yards. It's a 28-point margin after 1 half of play. The Cougars do get the ball here to start the third quarter, and they have to set the tone early.
Well, it's going to be very important to see what kind of adjustments that the Cougar coaching staff has made, because essentially the Tiger defense have taken Abood and Salvarino out of the equation. Salvarino right now, 1 reception for 4 yards. That is so unlike him being the 4th receiver in the district that Katy has been able to do that. And Sam McKnight pretty much has been a non-factor too. The adjustments that are going to have to be made are in terms of both play calling and execution of the plays, because there's got to be defenders that are able to get the receivers and the runners their holes and their blocking so that the Cougars can get something on the board.
Let's take a look at the Dave Campbell's AP Top 10. Westlake successful, #1 team in the state. Likely going to be a Division II playoff team and perhaps a future opponent for the Katy Tigers along the way. We'll have to see. A long ways to go before late November, early December. The Tigers coming in, clocking in at #2, currently up 28-0 over Cinco Ranch. Southlake Carroll off this week. Denton Geyer came in at #4, but they were defeated last night by Allen. Duncanville, Atascocita. Atascocita's got a big one against C.E. King. That comes your way a little bit later on here on Texan Live. Rockwall, Heath, Idle. Westfield, absolutely no problems with MacArthur last night. North Shore delivers a big-time win over Summer Creek. And Lake Travis is in at #10. Cinco Ranch about to come back out on the field along with the Tigers, and with the wind is providing all sort of havoc with their inflatable tunnel and their run-through.
Yeah, their run-through sign just immediately tore off when they got it set, and it looked like that their tunnel was actually going to blow on top of itself. They got to get those players out of there now.
There they go. Through the tunnel and back out on the field. We'll see if the Katy run-through will have a little more success holding up against this 17-mile-per-hour wind that we've been dealing with this afternoon. You know, in the era of a lot of teams and programs just using inflatable helmets or tunnels, a lot of this. Right now, the Clements Rangers, I believe, would be the second-seeded Division II team coming out of District 26A. And they could potentially be a first-round opponent for the Katy Tigers. Currently slotted in to be the top seed out of 19-6A in Division II. If this result holds up, right now it's a 28-point lead for the Tigers.
And the Tigers basically are going to emphasize keep playing the way that you're playing in terms of executing what your responsibilities within the play is, because Katy has really done nothing spectacular. No real big misdirection. No really all-out blitzing or anything like that. They've just taken the basics, executed them perfectly, and that's why on both offense, defense, and special teams, they've got the 28-0 lead.
Looking for your daily football fix? Texas Football Today is the daily live show from Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Every weekday at noon, Greg Tepper and Ashley Pickle tackle the football topics of the day with big-name guests and must-see insights. Watch Texas Football Today live weekdays at noon at texasfootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, or subscribe to the Texas Football Today podcast wherever you get your podcast. Axel Robertson to get the third quarter underway. Cinco Ranch will be on offense, working against the wind. Jet Perez Gilbis will field it and take a knee in the end zone.
And you could see he wanted to bring that out, but Perez Gilbert saw exactly what he was going to be up against, and there had to be about 5 red jerseys right in his face. Good call just to take it, take a knee, take the touchback, and get it on the 25.
Perez Gilbis had a 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown against Tompkins. And the Cougars will begin from their own 25. McCulloch in motion, and a handoff. McKnight coming this way, and he is hit hard and pushed out of bounds by Jonathan Hall. As forward progress is stopped at the 28-yard line. McKnight had -4 yards on 2 carries back in the first half.
And a lot of that was because in both cases, he took the ball down the middle and was met with the Katy defense right at the line of scrimmage and tackled behind the line.
McKnight had a season-high 128 yards in the win over Maid Creek, and that is intercepted. Another receiver lets down Gavin Rutherford as Grayson Williams bobbled it, and Micah Sweats intercepts it for the Katy Tigers. In a game of this magnitude, the Cougars just haven't been able to execute at the level they expected to. A couple of drops by Salvarino. The bobble by Williams ends up going the other way on the second interception of the season, make it the first for Micah Sweats.
And in some cases, you've got people that say the bye week might just throw you off your rhythm, and it might not be a good idea to have right before big games like this.
Best starting field position as Koger over the middle, Sayonis down to the 10-yard line.
And what can you say about Caleb Koger? Looking at the Caleb Koger we saw in week 1 and week 2 compared to the one that we're seeing on the field right now, it just shows what dedication, what work ethic, and the ability to receive coaching can really do for you.
First and goal to go after Sayonis hauls in catch number 2. Here is Isaiah Smith. And he is taken down from behind after gaining a yard to the 9. Smith, 4 carries, 90 yards. Has only 1 rushing touchdown this season. He has 3 receiving touchdowns. We haven't seen him yet, but his backup today is Josh Martis. After Chase Johnsey got injured versus Maid Creek, Martis would be the 4th fullback used if he gets playing time today by Katy this season. Again, Isaiah Smith pounds down to the 6. Casey Murray comes in to make the stop. Now it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 6 for the Tigers as they try to cash in on the first interception of the season thrown by Gavin Rutherford, although that certainly wasn't on him.
No, that definitely wasn't, because his receiver bobbled that thing at least 4 to 6 times until he was finally hit. Ball went up in the air and Katy intercepted.
on 3rd and goal. The pitch to Seth Davis. Can he score? 4. Yes! Touchdown, Tigers.
And that play goes exactly as we were talking about at the beginning of the second half, and that is just the execution. Handoff, wait for the holes to open up, let your blockers lead, take it right into the end zone for the touchdown.
Robertson tacks on the extra point. 2:33 gone by in the 3rd quarter. Katy out by 35 in front of the Cinco Ranch Cougars.
One more. One more.
One more, guys. One more. Set. Hop.
Let's go. One more. One more.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
Oh, one more.
Your husband loves his mesquite smoked ham cut razor thin. That's why H-E-B has online customization and will slice it however you want it. Your daughter loves cheese. She has 27 favorites. Good thing H-E-B offers an unmatched assortment with over 200 specialty varieties. You love having one less thing to do on your to-do list. That's why H-E-B does all the shopping for you and then gets it to your car or front door. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop H-E-B with always free curbside and only $5 delivery.
Here comes the kickoff by Axel Robertson. Cougars will go back to work at the 25. Today's game is brought to you by your Best in Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. After the interception, 6-yard touchdown run, Seth Davis has scored 4. 3 plays, 40 yards. 1:55 the time of the possession. 9:27 remaining, 3rd quarter. It is 35-0 to the number 2 ranked Tigers. What does Cinco Ranch do here? The offensive coordinators, John Rowland and Larry Edmondson, try to set the team up for success. Salvarino on the screen. And the pile play of the Cinco Ranch Cougars. It's good for 11 and a first down.
And if it wasn't for Damian Nuvo, I would submit that Salvarino might have actually broken out of that whole group. And if he would have, he pretty much just had green turf all the way to the end zone.
That was just the 2nd first down picked up by the Cougars today. Trips to the top of your screen on 1st and 10. Play action over the middle, incomplete. Rutherford off target to Salvarino, who was defended by Hamilton McMartin. McMartin, you go back to that state championship game, victory over Cedar Hill. He took one to the house, returning a fumble for a touchdown. Who would have thought 51-14 in Arlington earlier in January?
Nobody ever. That still took everybody's surprise how well Katy just handled Cedar Hill in that game.
2nd down and 10. Salvarino out of the backfield in motion. Rutherford time to throw. Delivers complete. Nice move. Salvarino's got a first down. And the Cougars into Tiger territory at the 48-yard line. 16 yards on the catch and run.
And you can see Rutherford sees that Salvarino's wide open there at the 40. He's able to catch a Katy Tiger that over pursued and was able to get the first down.
Salvarino 4th and 19, 6A in receptions. Caught a couple of passes 2 weeks ago for 87 yards. More on him in just a moment. Here's Rutherford to a boot, and he's hit hard after pulling it in at the 34. Brady Inglet at the tackle. They'll mark the ball down at the 35.
And you can see the Cougar offense is spreading the ball out a little bit more than they did in the entire first half. And in the short run right now in this series, it's paying off.
First catch of the day for Abood. Welcome back after missing 4. Rutherford flushed out. And he will step out of bounds, picking up 4. Going back to Salvarina. Did not have a touchdown for the first time this season in that win over Maid Creek. He's had two touchdown games against Brazos Wood and Clear Falls. And in that Clear Falls game, he had a season-high 165 yards receiving. Personal foul going to be called on Katy after the play.
Lay it out now on Katy, 19. That's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
And just like my comments when there was a personal foul against the Cougars in the first half, again, with the Tigers right now, you don't want to give up real estate that you're having to fight for.
That was a personal foul, late hit called on sophomore Dallas Suliafu. Early timeout here in the third quarter, 35-0 Katy.
Before you buy a used vehicle, checking the brake fluid, engine mount, cooling fan, transmission fuel injector, brake pads, coolant, wheel liner, software updates might not be on your list, but it's on our list of 172 inspection points performed by Ford factory-trained technicians on every gold-certified Ford Blue Advantage used vehicle. Each one is backed by Ford warranties, and only your Ford dealer has the largest selection of used vehicles. Shop online, in person, or both. Search conveniently, buy confidently. It's used car buying that's built for you. Buy your Ford dealer.
This Katy timeout is brought to you by the City of Katy. Small town charm, big city convenience. Visit cityofkaty.com to learn more or to schedule your visit today. And a great drive here by the Cinco Ranch Cougars. Got themselves in a rhythm. Down their deepest they have been all afternoon long and are set up with 1st and 10 from the 16. Shotgun for Rutherford. Hands it off, Sam McKnight.
And good run by McKnight trying to get as little yards as possible. The whole idea behind that play, especially with as many receivers that they had on both ends, was to give Katy the idea that they were going to go on a passing route into the end zone, while the ball handed to McKnight, they were hoping to just go right down the middle into it. Good read by Katy.
McKnight had a pair of touchdowns for the 3rd time this season in the last game against Maid Creek. Rutherford, plenty of time, waggling to his left, and the angle cut off, and he is forced out of bounds by Judson Sayanis, and it's a loss. Unless they say it was right at the line of scrimmage. Nope, a loss of a yard. Back to the 16. So here comes 3rd down and long, as the Cougars were 1 for 6 on 3rd downs in the first half. They could get a 1st down if they can get it down to the 6. Going back to McKnight, he added 3 receptions in that win over Maid Creek. 8th in district in rushing and 7th in receiving. Now Rutherford dropped the snap, and he eats it back at the 29. Broderick Johnson and Dylan Bennett made him pay. Broderick Johnson in for Malik Silla, who has missed the last 2 games, will probably return after the bye week. But Gary Joseph said he really couldn't say for sure, but he's been pleased by Broderick Johnson's performance in the absence of Malik Silla.
And when mistakes happen like that one do, you pay the price for it. And that little fumble type play really cost the Cougars.
4th and 20, the Cougars will go for it. Rutherford gets a block, scrambles to his right, throws to the end zone, and a jump ball, and is caught right at the 1-yard line for a 1st down by Grayson Williams. Big time catch by number 1. They will rule him down at the 3. A 24-yard hookup on 4th down.
And there's not enough you can say about that one right there. Hilton's catch, Hilton's catch was just incredible considering how tight he was covered. And it literally was a, I've got the ball, you've got the ball, and the offense wins that battle.
Williams in his third game of the season. Rutherford in trouble, scrambling to his left, cuts back towards the center of the field, fumbles the football in the end zone. Did Brady England recover? He sure did, and it's a touchback. Oh, how unfortunate for Gavin Rutherford and the Cinco Ranch Cougars. He's going to plead whatever case he might have, saying that he was down. It's a hand slap from teammate Grayson Williams. Ball comes back out to the 20-yard line, and the shutout for the moment preserved.
And you know that Brady Inglett is happy that he was in the right place at the right time to fall on that ball. Sort of takes the sting out of that interception that he almost had, and that could have very easily been a pick six for him. More important on this play, got the ball back and preserved the shutout.
The touchback takes it out to the 20. Here's Dallas Glass motoring right up between the hash marks, gains 8. The Tigers +1 in their turnover margin for the afternoon. The interception by Rutherford and the fumble by Rutherford. The Tigers fumbled it on their opening possession after a 15-yard catch by Luke Carter. He put the ball on the ground. 2nd down and 8. Dallas Glass right up the middle picks his way for a first down.
And right off the bat, I've noticed on these first two plays within the series that Glass is actually waiting for those holes to open up, where in some cases he wasn't in the first half. Again, the benefits of coaching that you get at halftime and the results that you see in the second half.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go here in the third. Carter checks back into the lineup for Michael Dante, who continues to get eased into the lineup after suffering an injury in the offseason. Pass to the top of your screen complete as Koger delivers a strike to J.R. Sayanis.
And it's very important for the Tigers to utilize those pass plays, be it screen, be it shuttle, or be a long bomb, just to keep the Cougar defense honest and not expecting the rush on every play.
3.5 to play, third quarter, 35-0 Katy. Forthcoming, 2nd down and 4. Here's Dallas Glass. Across the 45 into Cougar territory, tackled by a pair of Cougars at the Cinco Ranch 48-yard line. Jackson Persley was one of them to bring down number 18 after a gain of 15 yards.
And Persley did a great job of coming in a diagonal fashion so that he would meet up with Glass and be able to bring him down before Glass is able to get even more yardage.
From the 48 of Cinco Ranch, it is 1st and 10 Katy. Koger, play action. Over the middle, almost picked off by Casey Murray. I believe the intended target was Antonio Silva. The bye week coming up next week, a good time according to Gary Joseph, who said it'll be good to get some kids healthy. They've got 9 injuries right now, Katy, and for everyone to prepare for the rest of the regular season. But he also said that sometimes the bye week can kill momentum. Second down and 10 for Koger. He gives it off to Dallas Glass. Had to kind of hop over his lead blocker on the play. And he goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line, angled out by Marbach.
As Katy takes it down the field, if they score again, I would not be a bit surprised to see more of the reserve players for Katy come in to get them actual game playing time out there on the field.
Dominic Reisner in at the fullback. 3rd down and 7. Koger fires, complete. Sayanis. But he looks like he's going to be a couple of yards short of the marker. Defended on the play by Odera Nsabundu. And a good day, sir, for J.R. Sayanis. 4 receptions, 45 yards. Tigers keep the offense on the field in the last 140 as they make a few substitutions. Katy playing with the wind to their back here in the third. Dante checks in, part of a 2 tight end package and a power I backfield. 4th and 2. Smith lines up as a wing out of motion from the backfield. Here's a pitch, and Glass has the first down. Pinned back at the 36, but not after 4 yards. Is gobbled up by Dallas Glass, converting on 4th down and picking up the Tigers' 14th first down of the game.
And utilizing the tight ends as blockers to supplement the hole being opened up for Glass to go through and get the first down was what exactly that play was designed for.
Today's game is sponsored by Body Armor. Body Armor, more than a sports drink. 1st and 10, 50 seconds, and counting here in the third. Koger, play action. Pull down, and he throws it into the flat as he was in the grasp of Robert Marbach. This is a Cougar team that has 16 sacks. Check it, 17. School record is 23, which was set back in 2006. Pass will be ruled incomplete with 37 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Quick pass off target. Thrown over the head of J.R. Sayanis. That's on Koger. Defending on the play, Clay Parker. Also in the area for the Cougar defense, Brian Perez-Gilbis. Here comes 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped with 34 seconds left here in quarter number 3.
And the beauty of knowing that Katy can pass and can run works in their benefit because you just don't know what approach they're going to be taking.
Carter slides in motion, keep it on the ground with a pitch to Dallas Glass, who makes a cut, follows, blocks, will be stopped short of the first down, but not by much. May even got an additional push to that first down marker. It'll depend on the spot of the football. Actually, they're not even going to have to spot it. It is a first down, no measurement needed. And a big 3rd down run to the 26, converting another 3rd down for the Tigers, giving Glass now 67 yards on 12 carries today. And that will be the final play of quarter number 3. We have come to the conclusion of the third quarter with the score: the Katy Tigers 35 and the Cinco Ranch Cougars nothing. Fourth quarter comes your way in just a moment here on Dave Campbell's Texan Live.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Your husband loves his mesquite smoked ham cut razor thin. That's why H-E-B has online customization and will slice it however you want it. Your daughter loves cheese. She has 27 favorites. Good thing H-E-B offers an unmatched assortment with over 200 specialty varieties. You love having one less thing to do on your to-do list. That's why H-E-B does all the shopping for you and then gets it to your car or front door. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop H-E-B with always free curbside and only $5 delivery.
1st and 10 as we come back to start the fourth quarter. 35-0 Katy. They will scrimmage from the Cinco Ranch 26. Koger on play action, rolling to his left, into the flat, complete. And Dominic Reisner hit hard, but not after he picks up the first down at the 15 on an 11-yard pass play.
And you can tell Katy is slowly integrating some of the reserve players in there, playing alongside still some of the first string players.
Adam Jackson checks in as the receiver for the Tigers. Koger remains in the game as he pitches it to Dallas Glass. Down inside the 10. Michael Silvers, Brent Hallmark, and our Dave Campbell's Texan Live crew coming to you live from Legacy Stadium on a Week 8 Saturday. Our producer back at the Dave Campbell's Texan Live studio is Jesse Wolf. Statistics provided by Carl Thies and Sarah Hornaday of the athletics department. Katy Tigers going into their bye week next week up 35. Will remain unbeaten as the number 2 ranked team in the state. Dallas Glass gobbled up immediately at the 7-yard line.
And it looked on that particular play that Glass should have veered a little bit over towards left. That's where the hole was opening up more, but he ran right into the Cougar defenders that were right there on their right side.
This game is the only 19 6A game remaining. Taylor beat Maid Creek last night. Tompkins shut out Morton Ranch. This is 3rd down and 2. 2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. And the new quarterback is Elijah Bowman. And the turf tackles Dallas Glass, but he might have gotten the first down anyway. And again, it'll depend on the spot. Looks like they're going to give him just outside of the 5. It'll be 4th and inches.
And I've noticed that a lot of players over there in that little area where the blue line is to reflect more, I guess, of a soccer setup.
The penalty box, yep.
Yeah, where the that area of the turf seems to be giving players a little bit of a problem.
Listen to me say penalty box. Hockey season just started. Dante in motion. Here's Dallas Glass on 4th and inches. He's got a first down to the 2. Tigers are 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions today.
Well, with that cold front coming through and that nice cool air that we had, I know you're a big hockey fan, and it's got to be an exciting time for you right now.
Yeah, October is one of the best months of the year for me. October baseball with the Astros in the ALCS. Hockey season started. Just over halfway through the high school football season. Bowman on play action, lofts it to the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Isaiah Smith. Second touchdown throw of the season by junior Elijah Smith. And that was a 17-play drive.
And again, just the excellence and execution. Smith goes over there, makes sure he's available, and bam.
Extra point tacked on. 3.5 gone by in the final quarter here this afternoon from Legacy Stadium. The Tigers up by 42.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
In Texas, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150. With an available 12-inch touchscreen and interior work surface, it's built to put the world at your fingertips. Because the truck of the future isn't built for a few. It's built for Texas. Ford F-150. Drive one today. Now drive a new 2021 Ford F-150 with special 0% financing for 72 months plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
U.S. News and World Report has ranked Texas Children's Hospital #1 in heart for the 5th year in a row. See why at texaschildrens.org/best. Returnable kick from the 11-yard line. Jet Perez-Gilbis out near the 30. Well, tell me if this isn't a surgical Katy possession. 17 plays, 80 yards, 8 minutes, 36 seconds, the time of the possession. It ends with a 2-yard touchdown pass from Elijah Bowman to Isaiah Smith.